Hello students, welcome to the second video of calculus. In the first video or the previous video we have seen some natural numbers, then the definition of rational numbers and some field axioms. So by using definition of rational numbers we will solve one example today. So the example is, today's example is, show that root 2 is, show that square root of 2 is not an irrational, not a rational number. Show that square root of 2 is not a rational number, or this question can be asked alternatively this question can be asked as there does not exist, or this question can be asked as show that there does not exist any rational number, there does not exist a rational number, there does not exist any rational number R such that the square of R is equals to 2, R square is equals to. Same question, show that square root of 2 is not a rational number, or this question can be asked as show that there does not exist a rational number R such that R square is equals to 2. So if any one of two questions asked, then you have to solve this example. In the previous lecture we have seen the definition of rational number. Rational number means the numbers of the form p by q, where q is non-zero number and GCD of p and q is equals to 1, though the numbers of the form p by q are said to be rational numbers. So here using that definition we have to prove that this root 2 is not a rational number, or we have to prove that root 2 is irrational number. To prove this root 2 is not a rational number, root 2 is not a rational number, on contrary we are going to suppose that this root 2 is a rational number, and then we will get some contradiction. On contrary, suppose that this root 2 is a rational number, root 2 is a rational number. We have to prove that root 2 is not a rational number, and on contrary we have supposed that this root 2 is a rational number. So here root 2 is a rational number means root 2 must be of the form p by q. The numbers of the form p by q are said to be rational number, where q is non-zero number and greatest common divisor of p and q is equals to 1. Greatest common divisor means the common divisor of all the greatest among all the common divisors of this p and q. Suppose p has divisor, suppose some alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, and q has divisor, suppose again beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, and suppose alpha 1 and beta 3 are two common divisors of this p and q, then greatest among all those common divisors of p and q is said to be GCD. Here GCD of p and q is equals to 1, that is p and q are relatively prime. So this is by definition of rational number. This is by definition of rational numbers, by using definition of rational numbers. On contrary, we have supposed that root 2 is a rational number, so root 2 must be of the form p by q, where q is non-zero number and p and q are relatively prime, or GCD of p and q is equals to 1. Now as this we can write it as p by q is equals to square root of 2, just interchanging the positions. P by q is equals to square root of 2. Now if we square on both sides, squaring on both sides, we get p square upon q square is equals to 2. Square root of 2 square is 2. So you can rearrange this equation as p square is equals to 2q square. Multiplying both sides by q, we get p square is equals to 2q square. This p square is of the form 2 into some q square. This q is integer, so p square is of the form 2 into some another integer 2q square. This implies that this p square is even number. P square is even number because the numbers of the form 2k are even numbers, 2 into some integer. So 2 into this q square is even number, implies our p square is an even number. Now p square is even means p must be even number. This implies p is even number. P square is even, so p is even number, because if this p is not even, then p square is even number implies p is even, means if we take this p as odd number, then their square, p square will become another times, then p square will become our even odd number, because this p square is even number implies p is even number, means if our p is odd, p square is even number. So there are two possibilities for p, either even or odd. So p square even, and we are taking that p square even means p is even. So if our p is odd, then p must be of the form, the odd numbers are of the form 2k plus 1 or 2k minus 1. So p must be of the form 2k minus 1. So if p is of this form 2k minus 1, then p square is again of the form square of this 2k. Instead of 2k, use notation n. This n belongs to set of integers. P is of the form 2n minus 1, then 2n minus 1 square, and square of this, using the result a minus b bracket square, we get a square, that is 2n square is 4n square. A minus b bracket square means here minus 2 times ab, that is 2 into 2 4n, that is 4n, plus this 1 square is 1. So if we take 2 common from these two terms, then we get 2 times this 2n square minus 2n plus 1, again this 2 into some integer plus 1, 2 into some k plus 1 implies this number is odd. This is odd number. This number is odd. This number is odd, because if our p is odd, then their p square is even number. Sorry, if p is odd, then their square p square is odd number. So our p must be even, because p square is even, so p is even. If this fails, that is p square is even, then p is odd. This is not possible. This is the reason why if p is even number, then why p is odd, not possible. P square is even, then p is odd is not possible, because if our p is odd, then their square must be again odd number. So p square is even implies p is even number. Now this is contradiction. This is contradiction. P square is equals to 2 into some k plus 1 is odd, and this is contradiction 2, which is contradiction to p square is even, but our p square was even number, which is contradiction to p square is even. Hence our p, this p must be even. P is even number. Now here p square is even implies p is even, that is our p is even. Therefore p must be of the form 2 into some number. The even numbers are of the form 2k. So p is equals to, suppose 2m, for some this m belongs to natural numbers. Here we are considering that this p and q both are positive, so we are taking this m belongs to set of natural number. Now this p is equals to 2m, and here we have p square is equals to 2q square. P square is equals to 2q square, but p is equals to 2m. So putting p is equals to 2m, here we get 2m square means 4m square. 2m whole square is equals to 4m square. Instead of p, we are writing 2m. So 2m square is equals to 2q square. 2m square means 4 in times m square is equals to 2q square. Putting p is equals to 2m, we get 4m square is equals to 2q square. Now if we divide throughout by 2, then we get 2m square is equals to q square, that is q square is of the form 2 into some m square, that is 2 into some integer. So this implies our q square is again even. Q square is even number. Similarly, q square is even implies q is again even number. Q is even number. Now therefore q again must, q is of the form, therefore q is even implies q is of the form 2 into some n. So here in the, here we have seen that p is even, that is p of the form 2m. Again we have seen that p is even, sorry, q is even, that is q is of the form 2n. Since this p is equals to 2m and q is equals to here 2n, this implies that 2 is common factor of p as well as q. Here p is of the form 2m, that is p is even number, so we know that 2 divides every even number. Similarly here q is again even number and we know that 2 divides every even number, so this implies that 2 is divisor of p, similarly 2 is divisor of q, so 2 is common factor of p and q. This implies 2 is common factor of both p and q. Q is common factor of p and q, but this is not true, which is contradiction, because, and this is contradiction, because we have taken the greatest common divisor of p and q is equals to 1, that is the greatest among all the common divisors, the largest number of these two common divisors, greatest among all the common divisors of p and q is equals to 1. So there does not exist any common divisor greater than 1, but here we get 2 is common factor of p and q, that is 2 is common divisor of p and q. This is contradiction to greatest common divisor of p and q is equals to 1. Hence our assumption is wrong, that is we assume here root 2 is a rational number is wrong. Hence our assumption is wrong, means root 2 is not a rational number, not a rational number. Hence this solution. In this solution we have to prove that root 2 is not rational number, or we have to prove that there does not exist any rational number whose square is equals to 2. So on contrary, we have supposed that this root 2 is a rational number. By using the definition of rational numbers, we can write root 2 is of the form p by q, where q is non-zero number. Also greatest common divisor of p and q is equals to 1. Greatest common divisor means greatest among the common divisors of this p and q. Now this GCD is equals to 1. So if we square on both sides of this equation, then we get p upon q square means p square upon q square is equals to square root of 2 square is 2. So p square by q square is equals to 2, and rearranging this equation means multiplying both sides by q square, we get p square is equals to 2q square. P square is equals to 2q square. Here p square is of the form 2 into some integer, q square is here again integer. So p square is equals to 2 into some integer, that is p square is equals to 2q square, implies this p square is even number, because p square is of the form 2 into some integer 2k. The numbers of the form 2k are even numbers. So p square is even implies p is even. P square is even implies p is even, and this is the reason, since this is reason to, this is the reason, this whole is reason to this step, that is p square is even implies p is even. We are taking p is even because this p square is even, but for any number there are two possibilities, either even or odd. Here p square is even, so there are two possibilities of p, either even or odd. If our p is odd, then their square is again odd number, so p must be even number. From p square is even, p must be even number, so p is even, therefore p is of the form 2m. So we put the value of p is equals to 2m in this equation, p square is equals to 2k square. P is equals to 2m means 2m whole square, 2m square means 4m square is equals to 2q square, and dividing throughout by 2 we get 2m square is equals to q square. Again q square is even means q is even, so we get p is even as well as q is even, and we know that 2 is divisor of every even number, that is 2 divides p, 2 divides q, so 2 is common factor of p and q. But here we have taken that greatest among all the common factors of p and q is 1. So there does not exist any common factor of p and q which is greater than 1, but here we get the common factor 2 is common factor of p and q, which is greater than the greatest common factor, which is not possible. So hence it is contradiction implies root 2 is not a rational number, that is there does not exist. So if your question is asked in second way, that is you have to prove that there does not exist a real number rational number r such that r square is equals to 2. So your solution must be that is there does not exist any rational number r such that r square is equals to 2. Hence the solution of this example. Now the next we will take one note and after that one example. So take one note. So this note tells us if the multiplication of any two real numbers a into b is greater than 0. If a into b is greater than 0, then there are two possibilities of these real numbers a and b. A into b is greater than 0, then there are two possibilities. For example, suppose 25, that is suppose instead of 25 take 24, 6 into 4 is equals to 24 and this number is greater than 0. This is a particular example, not the general case. In the general case we will see there are two cases. Here 24 is greater than 0, but there are two possibilities of writing 24 as 6 into 4 is 24. Similarly, minus 6 into minus 4. Minus 6 into minus 4 is again 24. So to get the multiplication greater than 0, there are two possibilities of these a and b, either both greater than 0. Here 6 is greater than 0, 4 is greater than 0. So there are two possibilities. First possibility is a greater than 0 and b greater than 0. Just look at here, and a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. Instead of and, some students writes or. So there is huge difference between this and or. If you write here or, then your answer is totally wrong. So if a into b is greater than 0, then there is first possibility that both a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. So their multiplication is greater than 0. So here 6 into 4, 6 is greater than 0, again 4 is greater than 0, their multiplication 6 into 4 are 24. So this 24 is greater than 0. So a is greater than 0, b is greater than 0, then their multiplication also greater than 0. Now in the second case, this a, that is minus 6 is less than 0. Similarly, minus 4 is again less than 0, but their multiplication minus 6 into minus 4, minus plus 6 4s are 24. So this 24 is again greater than 0. So there are two possibilities of a b greater than 0. Then first possibility is a greater than 0 and b greater than 0. Also there is second possibility that a is less than 0 and b is less than 0. A less than 0 and b less than 0. For example, this. Now we will take the examples. So this, suppose this is note number 1. Similarly, we can write the note second as if the multiplication of two numbers is less than 0, a into b is less than 0, then similarly there are again two possibilities. Here suppose if you take minus 24, this is particular example. After writing this property or note, you can write this example. Again similarly for here, after writing this note, you can write this example. So here 24 is less than 0. So if we write minus 6 into 4, then our answer is minus 24. So this a is less than 0, again this b, but b is greater than 0. So first possibility is a less than 0 and b greater than 0, a less than 0 and b greater than 0, and the second possibility is similarly 6 into minus 4 is again minus 24. So this a greater than 0 and b less than 0. So here there are again two possibilities. One of them, if multiplication of any two number is negative number, that is multiplication of suppose any two numbers a and b is less than 0, then one of those numbers, one of either a or b must be less than 0. So this is the second note. Write these two notes and after that we will take one example. Now our example is determine the set A. Determine the set A. Determine the set of A of all real numbers. Determine the set A of all real numbers x such that x must satisfy the following property, that is such that 2x plus 3 is less than or equals to 6. 2x plus 3 less than or equals to 6. We have to find all the real numbers x which satisfies this property. That is, we have to find the set of all real numbers x such that the real number satisfies this property. Now we can solve this example easily, because if you take the set A is A such that x belongs to real number such that x satisfies this property, that is 2x plus 3 less than or equals to 6. So if we take the element of A, then that element must satisfy this property, because all the elements of A satisfy this property. Therefore we can write this 2x plus 3 is less than or equals to 6. 2x plus 3 less than or equals to 6. Now from this inequality, if we subtract 3 from both sides, then 2x plus 3 minus 3 will becomes 2x is less than or equals to 6 minus 3 is 3. So subtracting 3 from both sides, we get this 2x is less than or equals to 3. Now dividing throughout by 2, we get x is less than or equals to 3 by 2. Hence if our x is less than or equals to 3 by 2, then that x satisfies this property, that is the set elements of the sets are x belongs to R such that x is less than or equals to 3 by 2. Therefore the required set is, this question can be asked for 2 marks. The required set is set A is x is real numbers such that x satisfies this property, means the x which are less than or equals to 3 satisfies this property. So x belongs to R such that x is less than or equals to 3 by 2. Hence this is the required set. Now the second example is same example, determine the set A. Next example, determine the set A is equals to x belongs to R such that x square plus x is strictly greater than 2 is greater than 2. We have to determine the set A, that is we have to find the such set, that is x must be less than or equals to or greater than or equals to or union of any sets. So to determine this set, we will take the element of A, so that element must satisfy this property. Now for x belongs to A, now if we take any x belongs to A, then that x satisfies this property. Therefore x square plus x is strictly greater than 2. Every element of A is of the form x belongs to R such that x square plus x greater than 0. So every element of x satisfies this condition. So if you take x belongs to that set A, then that set satisfies this condition, that is x square plus x is greater than 2. Therefore so we can rearrange this equation as putting or just writing these two on left hand side or subtracting 2 from both sides, we get x square plus x minus 2 is greater than 0. Subtracting 2 from this side, again from this side we get x square plus x minus 2 is greater than 0. Now this is the quadratic equation, that is the polynomial in variable x, x square plus x minus 2. Now we have to find the two factors of 2 such that their multiplication of this satisfies. So x is equals to, suppose we take 2 into 1. So there are the factors are 2 into 1 means minus 1 plus 2. So the factors are x minus 1, x plus 2, x square, then plus 2x minus x means plus x, then minus 2. So x minus 1, x plus 1 are the factors of these polynomials. This is greater than 0. Now this x minus 1 is one number and x plus 2 is another number. A into b is greater than 0. This x minus 1 a is this x minus 1 is equals to a, then x plus 2 is equals to b, then a into b is greater than 0. And by the previous notes we have seen that a into b is greater than 0. So there are two possibilities. First possibility is a is greater than 0 as well as b is greater than 0, and the second possibility is this a is less than 0 and b is less than 0. So we will take two cases. First case is this number is greater than 0 and this number is greater than 0. First case, consider this x minus 1 greater than 0 and x plus 2 greater than 0. So x minus 1 greater than 0 implies x is greater than 1, adding 1 on both sides, and this x is greater than minus 2, x greater than minus 2, and x, so x greater than 1 and x greater than minus 2. So suppose this is real line, this is suppose minus 2, then minus 1, then 0, then this 1, 2, this is whole real line. We know that the numbers are greater means the numbers on right hand side, x greater than 1. So the numbers which are greater than 1 are this on this right hand side. 1.5 is greater than 1, then 2 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 1. So x greater than 1 are the numbers on this side. Again x greater than minus 2, the numbers which are greater than this number are on right hand side. So x greater than minus 2 are again from this, but we need the numbers x which satisfies this x greater than 1 and x greater than minus 1. So x greater than minus 2. So numbers which are greater than minus 2 are these numbers, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, all those numbers are greater than minus 2, but we need the numbers which are greater than 1 as well as greater than minus 1. Numbers greater than minus 1 are from these numbers, that is numbers on right hand side of this minus 2, but we need the numbers which are greater than minus 2 as well as greater than minus 1. So these numbers are greater than 1, also these numbers are greater than minus 2, but we need the numbers which satisfies both the properties, that is the number must be greater than 1 as well as greater than minus 2. So if we take the numbers greater than 1, then these numbers are greater than 1, always greater than 1 as well as greater than this minus 2. So the numbers which satisfies both the conditions, that is first inequality as well as second inequality simultaneously, are the numbers which are greater than 1. If we take suppose 0, then this 0 is greater than minus 2, but this 0 is not greater than 1. We need all those numbers which satisfies these two inequalities simultaneously, that is at a time our x must satisfy these two conditions. If we take the numbers greater than minus 2, then suppose here this 0 is greater than minus 2, but 0 is not greater than 1. So our 0 does not satisfy both the inequalities. If we take the number 1, then 1 is greater than minus 2. This 1 is obviously greater than this minus 2, but this 1 is not greater than 1. 1 is not greater than 1. 1 is equals to 1, but 1 is not greater than 1. So again 1 does not satisfy both the inequalities simultaneously. Here the AND sign means our x must be the elements which satisfies both the conditions simultaneously. So our numbers must be greater than 1. So here 2 is greater than 1, 2 is greater than 1. Similarly 2 is greater than minus 2, because minus 2 is on the right hand side of this minus 2. So 2 satisfies the conditions both, that is 2 is greater than 1 as well as 2 is greater than minus 1. So if we combine these inequalities, then our x must be greater than 1. So in the first case we get x greater than 1. Now the case second. Now the second case is both the numbers a and b are less than 0. So here x minus 1 greater than 0, x plus 1 greater than 0 is the first case. Now x minus 1 less than 0 and x plus 2 less than 0 is the second case. X minus 1 less than 0 and x plus 2 less than 0. So x minus 1 less than 0 implies x is less than 1 and x minus 2 less than 0 implies x is less than minus 2. Now we need the numbers which are, suppose this is 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Suppose this is 2, 3 and this whole real line, we need the real numbers which satisfies again these two conditions. Here and means we need the values of x which are less than 1 as well as less than -2. The numbers less than -2 are the numbers on left hand side of -2, -2.5, -3, -3.5, -4, all the numbers are less than -2. -3 is less than -2. So, these numbers are less than -2. Similarly, numbers less than 1 are this 0.5 is less than 1, then 0 is less than 1, -0.5 is less than 1. So, numbers which are on left hand side of this one are less than 1. So, here we get these numbers less than 1, but we need the numbers which are less than 1 as well as less than -2. So, the numbers from -2, these numbers are satisfies both the condition. Here -3 is less than -2, yes, -3 is less than -2. Similarly, -3 is again less than 1, yes, -3 is less than 1. So, the numbers which are less than -2 satisfies both the conditions. So, this will give us x less than -2 satisfies both the conditions. This -2 satisfies these both inequalities, satisfies both inequalities. So, from first case, therefore, from above two cases we get, therefore, from above two cases we get, from the first case we get x greater than 1, and in the second case we get x less than -2, x greater than 1 and x less than -2. Hence, the required set A is, therefore, the required set A is the set of real numbers such that real numbers are less than -2 or the real numbers greater than 1. Here from the above two cases we get this x is greater than -1, and in the second case we get x less than -2. So, if our x is less than -2 and or our x is greater than 1, then that set x satisfies x square plus x is less than 2. So, the required set is, or the set can be written as x belongs to R such that x is less than -2 union x belongs to R such that x is greater than 1. Hence, the required set is this, or we can write it as -infinity to -2 union 1 to infinity. This is the required set. In this second example, we have to find the all x belongs to R such that x square plus x is greater than 2. Just rearranging this equation, we get x square plus x minus 2 is equals to is greater than 0, and just factoring this we get x minus 1 into x plus 2 is greater than 0. Now, here there are two cases, a into b is greater than 0. So, there are two cases. First case is both the numbers a and b are greater than 0, and in the second case we get both the numbers less than 0. So, from the first case we get x greater than 0 and x greater than -2. So, we need the x which satisfies both the equalities, and so this x greater than 0 satisfies both the equalities. In the second case we get both the numbers less than 0, that is x minus 1 less than 0 and x plus 1 less than x minus 1 less than 0 and this x plus 2 less than 0. So, we need the number x which satisfies both the inequalities. So, x less than -2 satisfies both the inequalities. From that, from these two cases we get, in the first case we get x greater than 0 and in the second case we get x less than -2. So, the required set x is x less than -2 or x greater than 1. So, this is the answer of question.